Be ready. Start. The term governance in a parliamentary and representative democratic system which we have embraced has four limbs of government. First, the legislature, second, the executive, third, the judiciary, and lastly, the media sector, particularly electronic channels and print media. All the four limbs or estates put together form governance under the Constitution. The central stroke state legislatures pass the laws. The union stroke state executives, political executives, bureaucrats, and administrators, with the assistance of state stroke central civil servants, execute the laws, rules, and regulations to fulfill the desires and aspirations of the Constitution and to uphold rule of law. It is in this process of executions of laws, rules, etc. sometimes ambiguity arises either because of defective legislation, wrong interpretation, misconception, improper understanding of a particular law, political pressure, and interference or extraneous considerations. Politicization of administrative systems such as appointments, postings, transfers, promotions, extension of services, inquiries, rewards, punishments, and disciplinary matters relating to civil servants is a major cause for degeneration in administration and governance. In feudal, unlike in modern times, bureaucracies, loyalty rather than skill is the passport to privilege or immunities. In the good old days of Raja Maharajas and the Zamindari system, the term loyalty was in vogue. After independence and gaining freedom, the word loyalty is in vogue for political parties and in their circles. The word loyalty is more a political coin than a legal coin. It is akin to worshipping individuals or parties in power. Nowhere in the Constitution of India are there service rules or conduct rules governing the service conditions of public authorities, public servants, and government servants where the word loyalty is mentioned. The word loyalty is a high end word or refined word for a sick mind. Loyalty seemingly signifies the meek submission of an administrator and administration to a particular individual or party in power or authority that does so at the cost of governance. Today, the political class is different and it is not like those who fought for India's independence, nor do they have the virtues of a large permanent machinery worth mentioning. This is given the numbers of cases of maladministration and corruption and consequent atrociously poor partisan and shabby decisions that are made. The senior bureaucrats, instead of guiding the emerging young talents, are promoting sycophancy. To be precise, loyalty to an individual or party or association in power in the legal sense amounts to surrender of administration by the administrator, whereas loyalty to the Constitution of India, its provisions and principles of equality under Article 14 and the rule of law certainly and undoubtedly amounts to governance and good governance in a popular and broader sense. After adopting the Constitution of India in the year 1950, the public servants and public authorities, if at all are to be loyal, they shall be loyal to the Constitution of India and rule of law contained in Article 14 of the Constitution of India. Basically, all public servants and public authorities are equal in principle under Article 14 of the Constitution of India. However, there is a constitutional arrangement and a scheme bifurcating the functions into a broader category as the legislature, executive, and judiciary. The Constitution lays down the structure and defines, delimits, and demarks the role and the function of every organ of the state, including the judiciary, and establishes norms for their interrelationship, checks, and balances. Thus, it is only the functional difference that makes the differentiation possible. The adverse effect of any of these factors would be on the individuals or the institutions involved in day to day governance. Ever since India achieved independence about 6.5 decades ago, in our governance system, there is no required accountability, transparency, and commitment. Although the advent of the Right to Information Act 2005 created an environment of transparency, people are empowered in the legal sense but not in practical terms. In a parliamentary democracy, the bureaucracy cannot be wholly autonomous like the Election Commission of India, Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Central Bureau of Investigation, and Central Vigilance Commission. Also, administration and governance is not one man's work. It involves various issues, stages, applications of law, and the process has to go through various hands and sometimes various departments as well. So, naturally, it will take some time. Even then, there are instances that are not warranted, where simple issues and matters are unsettled for months and years together, including high profile cases relating to politicians, bureaucrats, and of late, even judges and celebrities involved in heavy stake matters. On this account, independent India had a modest and not entirely bad start. Still, at all levels of governance, many disputes, issues, and matters are awaiting decision for years together. This is despite the fact that law, procedure, and accountability is same for everyone, big or small. Thank you.